Always Bears on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
Here we go again. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. First and foremost, Bears fans, happy Friday to every single one of you guys. We are only a couple of days away until the Chicago Bears kick off their season on Monday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings. But Bears fans, I want to take a moment and share with you guys what I just read over social media. It was an article written by a really respected NFL writer. And basically the story, once again, paints a very negative light on Caleb Williams, and for the most part actually makes him look a little bit bad. And it was just an article written about the first season, him in Chicago and all this dysfunction going on with Matt Eberflus and the coaches and, Caleb Williams in general. And I just wanted to come on here really quick and share some of the details that Tyler Dunn, the founder of Go Long, and what he had to say in this article. So basically, this article was basically a three-part series titled House of Dysfunction that explores the Chicago Bears' internal struggles last season, beginning with Williams' 2024 season. And according to former Bears coaches, Williams had trouble with basic tasks during OTAs, forcing the staff to simplify the playbook and even adjust the snap counts to suit his preferences. I really don't see a problem with that. Caleb Williams was a rookie, in a terrible situation with Matt Eberflus, with Shane Waldron. Those coaches never wanted to play to Caleb Williams' strengths. They never played to any of their players on this roster strengths. So that doesn't bother me that they had to simplify things for Caleb Williams, because once again, there was reports and rumors out there that, he was going through film study basically by himself, right? So that part doesn't bother me. He also said that there was an incident on December 26, 2024 during the 6-3 loss to the Seattle Seahawks, and basically highlighted those tensions. This was after Matt Eberflus was let go by the Chicago Bears. Basically, interim head coach Thomas Brown reportedly clashed with Caleb Williams after the rookie refused to engage during a conversation on the sideline. Brown became so frustrated that he told Williams to get back to him after Williams simply just walked away. So obviously that was probably at the time of the season where Caleb Williams was really frustrated, and which rightfully so. It was a long season for the rookie. He even kind of mentioned that on the 1920 football drive, where he's kind of blessed for those experiences now because he has never really struggled in that way. And he says that it felt like it was good for him. But I think at that point in the season, frustrations just boiled over. Once again, the Bears lost that game 6-3. There was nothing going on offense. And then at that point in the season, I think Caleb Williams was just done. Here's where things get interesting. The series is based on interviews with 32 anonymous sources, including former coaches and staff members, who suggest that Williams' attitude and work ethic played a major role in the Bears' dysfunction. Bears fans, once again, I know this is a very respected NFL writer, but I'm trying my best not to really believe everything that you see here or what you're reading. I do recommend that you guys go read this article if you guys can find it. But I'm trying my best to disregard everything, because those 32 anonymous sources of coaches or people within Hallis Hall last year are probably just people that were frustrated on how the season went and that they're no longer part of the organization. So they're just trying to take out that frustration on our young quarterback in Caleb Williams. But to say that his work ethic and attitude played a huge part in the dysfunction of the Chicago Bears, it is absolutely crazy to me. Did they ever once consider that maybe that attitude and dysfunction from Caleb Williams was coming from the fact that he had Shane Waldron as an OC, that he had Matt Eberflus as his head coach, and a bunch of other coaches around him that had no idea what they were doing to help him develop, to help him become a better player? That's why it's one of those things that I am so happy that we now have Ben Johnson, because it's really night and day. Ben Johnson has been so tough on Caleb Williams and is actually coaching him and developing him, because that's exactly what Caleb Williams wanted. He wanted to be coached hard. He wanted a coach that would be transparent and upfront with him. Those coaches talking about Shane Waldron and Matt Eberflus were never transparent with Caleb Williams. That's why I feel that Caleb Williams, to me, kind of went downhill in terms of his attitude. I don't believe 1 second about the work ethic. And Caleb Williams even mentioned the other day or a couple of weeks ago, that is one of those things that really bugs him, is that people think that he doesn't have the proper work ethic, because everything that I've heard from Ben Johnson and teammates going into this season saying that Caleb Williams' work ethic is absolutely next level. So it's one of those things that, you every single month, Caleb Williams continues to be the most hated player in the National Football League. And it's just ironic that as we're going in to this new season on Monday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings at Soldier Field with so much hype, that once again, another writer decides to post another article about the dysfunction of the Chicago Bears and saying stuff that coaches believe that Williams' attitude and work ethic was the big reason why the Chicago Bears had so much dysfunction. It just boggles my mind, Bears fans. It really does. At this point, I really don't know what else Caleb Williams can do. And I've already offered my advice saying, hey, Caleb Williams, just go out there and play. Go out there and prove all those narratives wrong, because at this point, that's the only thing that you can do. And I know there may be a lot of Bears fans that may be unhappy with me kind of spreading this, but I just wanted to bring this to your guys' attention, because I'm trying to fully support Caleb Williams at saying, hey, I believe that all this crap is not true. I feel that Caleb Williams showed a really good work ethic last year under the circumstances that he was in. I can kind of believe that maybe they had to simplify the offense, but he's a rookie. That's what they should have been doing in the first place, But to me, it's just another month of Caleb Williams hate. So I really hope Caleb Williams can go out there this season, play at the level that we expect him to play at. And I truly believe that he will be able to reach that level, because now he's not in dysfunction. He has a really good head coach in Ben Johnson that's trying to develop him the right way. He has a revamped offensive line. He has weapons on the outside, and just good coaches around him in general. It's not only Ben Johnson. You have Declan Doyle. You have a good quarterbacks coach, right? Every coach on the roster is trying to do what's best for not only Caleb Williams, but for every single player on this roster. So I am not sure when this is going to end, Bears fans. It's probably going to end once, people like me stop talking about it. But once again, I just wanted to bring this to your guys' attention on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. So let me know down below in the comment section how you're feeling about this article written by this very respected NFL writer and Tyler Dunn. I can't wait to hear from you guys. But before I let you guys go on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, I also wanted to share something pretty funny that Ben Johnson did prior to the Miami Dolphins joint practice. We talked about this before, that there was a couple of players and even reporters of the Miami Dolphins that were unhappy with the amount of intensity that the Chicago Bears showed in that joint practice. But apparently, prior to the start of that joint practice with the Dolphins, during the meetings, Ben Johnson would have a loop of the clip playing of when Jorge Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren with a flying knee. And he just kept replaying it. And the message that he was trying to send to the Chicago Bears locker room was, hey, we need to set the tone early. And he decided to use that video clip of Jorge Masvidal knocking out Ben Askren with a flying knee within 5 seconds. Ben Johnson is an absolute psychopath, and I absolutely love the edginess that Ben Johnson brings to this football team. And I truly believe that's going to translate to the regular season, that this Bears team, every single time you play us, we are going to be relentless. Ben Johnson and this Bears football team this season will never be satisfied. They will always keep their foot on the gas pedal and just show the NFL world what the new look Chicago Bears under Ben Johnson are definitely about. So Bears fans, let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about what Ben Johnson showed his guys prior to that joint practice against the Miami Dolphins. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. But other than that, Bears fans, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. The other than that, be back for all new Bears podcast right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic.